So what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper. Welcome everybody to a brand new update video. Today, guys, Miramar has gotten a massive update in PUBG. This is coming with the brand new Season 5 pass. We have an absolutely massive list of patch notes to go through today and some incredible changes that you guys are going to need to know about. So what we're getting in this pass is going to be what's called Miramar Refreshed. Not exactly a remaster as we previously thought, but there's a lot of new things coming to this map that's really going to change and adjust the gameplay. As always, if you guys do go into enjoy the video though, please make sure to drop it a thumbs up, as I'd appreciate that a lot. Subscribe, of course, if you are new around here and you haven't done so already, that'd be great. And as this video goes live, guys, I'm live right now streaming over on Twitch, so if you want to come catch the stream and hang out with me, link it will be down below, and I'll see you over there. But without further ado, guys, let's get into the changes. So first and foremost, as you guys can see on screen, a lot of ramps and loops have been added all across Miramar. This is going to make the vehicle play a little bit more interesting and definitely clear out some of the flat land. These are going to be sprinkled all over the map and give a little bit more interesting dynamic to vehicle gameplay. And speaking of vehicles, a brand new gold Murado has been added very specifically to the garage in Hacienda. Now, only one of these gold Murados will spawn per game. Once it's gone, and whoever gets it from Hacienda is going to have it for the rest of the match. And so this is just like a little bit more of a rare designed vehicle. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't do anything different performance-wise as compared to the regular Murado. Also in this update, as you guys can see, melee weapons are now throwable within the game. This includes machetes, this includes combat axes, and everything. Now, the way that this is going to work is you can carry now multiple melee items and then either swing them as you normally would or throw them at your will. With a lot of these melee weapons, including the pen, you can throw these at your enemies if you don't have a weapon to use and you really can't get up close without dying. You can also ricochet them off walls to hit other enemies as well, so you can use bank shots in all of these weapons. It's also important to know that you cannot damage yourself by throwing your own melee weapon, so keep that in mind. Another massive change which people are really excited about, the fact that now a scope has been added to the Winchester 94. Now, this functions very much like the VSS scope, where it's its own kind of thing, and you cannot detach the scope at all, nor can you replace it with any other scope in the game, but it's good enough for what it is, and the magnification that you get on this is around 2.7. That's probably the most accurate description, so not quite as far as a 3x, but definitely better than a 2. The aesthetic of the scope is really nice. That's one of the biggest things I can say about it, is that it's very clear to see through. You can acquire your target very, very easily, and since there's not a lot of bullet drop on this weapon, it's going to be significantly easier for you to acquire and hit follow-up shots on your targets using this weapon. Now, I think the Winchester has been completely viable, and I really think is going to be somewhat viable in this patch. Everything else, though, about the Winchester has remained the same. Fire rate cap and also the damage per shot is all the same. None of that's changed except for the scope feature. Now, you also cannot detach it if you want to go back to the iron sights. That is apparently no longer an option. Also in this update, apparently they have reduced the amount of just random items and trash that's looted around the area to make for a little bit more smooth looting experience. They call it, they spring cleaned Miramar essentially. We've also got a loot rebalance to the table in this map as well. So the AR spawn rate is going to be increasing by 12%. The DMR spawn rate is going to be increasing by 29%. And get this, the sniper rifle spawn increase is going to be by 42%. Winchester's up by 30%, and then high-powered scopes are up by 18% in this map. So overall, more loot. Nothing really is getting reduced except pistols. Not only the fact that weapons have been increased, but also helmets, bags, and vests have been increased by a little bit as well. Also in this update, we have an extremely interesting new item that has been added. A vending machine has been put into both Miramar and Camp Jackal. That's basically the training mode, and what this is going to do is provide a sort of different looting experience for us. Rather than finding stuff, we can pull things from vending machines. Now, these can dispense both painkillers and energy drinks, and the locations where you can find the vending machines are going to be in the arenas, the casinos, gas stations, motels, and also the commercial buildings. They're going to spawn randomly, however, so it's not always a guarantee. Now, these are always going to give you boost items no matter what, but if you get extremely lucky, sometimes this machine will mess up and give you a ton of energy drinks, letting you get all stocked up. Now, the vending machine does have a catch, however. If it is shot at all, the alarm will start ringing and alert enemies where you are. So if you're trying to use this a little bit low-key, maybe as cover or just trying to hide around it, if you shoot it whatsoever or it takes any damage, it will go off and you'll probably have to leave the area. Just as a side note, however, the Mega Energy Drink or the Super Energy Drink, whenever it gets added to PUBG, I assume is going to be part of this vending machine as well. It'll be painkillers, energy drinks, and then hopefully the Super Energy Drink will be part of this. And again, as I mentioned, the vending machine is only going to spawn on Miramar and then Camp Jackal, which is the training grounds. Now, this next little update is something pretty cool. There's been a community mission system added that is going to tell us the story of Miramar, or help us piece that together. So there are cardboard boxes that now you can find around the map randomly, and when opened, you can get 3 different potential items out of this. You can get a regular disc piece, which counts as 1 point towards the community missions goal. You can get a broken disc that counts as 2 points, and then an old DVD that counts as 3 points. It seems as if by collecting these, anybody in the community can participate in this, and this is not only going to help everybody get the same skins that is being offered, but it's also going to help us tell the story of Miramar and really figure out what's going on. You can also check your progress in every single game. When you check your inventory, it'll have those 3 different categories of the disc, and it'll show you how many of each you have collected. Now, also, not mentioned in the patch notes, but was shown off in the Season 5 trailer, there are spike traps that are now going to be laid out throughout the battlefield, and so if you want to see exactly what those do, then I recommend you go watch my previous video. But spike traps are essentially going to let you lay down strips of spikes wherever you like. You can line a road, you can bridge block with it, you can do whatever, and what's going to happen is if a vehicle drives over them, their tires are going to be destroyed. And so this was, I think, a balancing act to sort of take vehicles and make them not so overpowered, because we can shoot from the vehicles in the current build of the game, it makes them a little bit overpowered. Now, as far as the full mechanics of how the spike trap is going to work, we don't know, because they actually didn't mention it in these patch notes. At the moment, all we can do is speculate based on what we've seen in the trailer and the peripheral information that we know about those. But these spike traps are going to be a completely new mechanic that I think a lot of players are going to get used to, something that you most likely equip and then you can lay out however you like. And I assume this is only going to be a Miramar thing. I'm not entirely sure yet. They only showed it in this map, obviously, but if the vending machine is Miramar only, then I assume the spike traps will be as well, but I could be wrong about that. Also, a brand new system has been added in which you can throw items to your teammates. So rather than having to ask your teammate for something specific like ammunition or heals or something and dropping them on the ground and you going to pick them up, you can now physically toss whatever item you need to throw to a teammate or need thrown to you just with the click of a button. So the way this works is that either you or your teammate needs to request a specific item using the radio messages, and then it's going to prompt and it's going to appear above their head with the specific item that they're looking for, and then you can just hit F or your interact button to throw that item directly to them. So long as you have it on your inventory, you don't have to go digging through your invent to look for it. It'll just automatically pull. It's important to know a couple things about this though. The maximum distance where you can throw these items is about 15 meters. Now, there is also anything that gets in the way of that item will block it. So if you are throwing it through a window, it's odds are you can shatter the glass, but it might get stuck on the window frame. Or if you're trying to throw it maybe over a wall, if your teammate's a bit too close, it might clip the wall and fall on the wrong side of it. So it's something you got to be careful for. It's not going to instantly teleport to them. It literally is a projectile towards your teammate or to you. I don't think this is going to completely replace players just dropping items on the ground for their teammates, because there are some situations where that might be more ideal rather than throwing it. You might want to leave it hidden somewhere or to not put your teammate in danger or something that's just a kind of more safer. But just remember that you or your teammate actually needs to go and request that specific item before you have the option to throw it. You can't just throw items at your teammates without them wanting it. Speaking of throwing items, the specifics when it comes to the melee weapons, all the melees are just about the same as far as throwing distance and damage. To inflict the most damage, you need to hit them within 15 meters or else you're going to get a damage fall off. Now, the pan actually does the most damage, but it has the least amount of range. So this is something you can still carry on your back, but it can be thrown at enemies, and you can one-shot them if they do not have a helmet and if you're close enough. This is significantly going to improve early game for somebody who finds a gun and you only find a melee weapon. There's pretty much nothing you can do except now you can try to go and get a lucky throw and then catch your opponent off guard. Also in this update, we have a quick change coming to Erangel. Red zones are no longer going to spawn after phase 3 of the blue zone, and vehicle spawn rates have also been increased slightly on regular and mountain roads, which is really good to hear. Vikendi has also gotten an update to its overall lighting scheme, where it's now supposed to be a little bit like less lens flary as it used to be. It just kind of was shiny, and now they're going to sort of gradient that out just to make a nicer visual experience for that map, which is good. Also in this update, a complete mountain of bug fixes and a new zombie mode is coming, and so these are 2 tangents that I'm not going to get into in this video. However, if you'd like to read all of the bug fixes and zombie mode things for yourself, I'm going to leave the link to the full patch notes down below in the description. But I want to talk about exactly this Miramar refreshed instead of a remaster, because this isn't exactly what we expected, but I think I'm okay with it. This isn't to say that Miramar Remastered isn't happening, because maybe this is just a specific early version of it, and then we're going to get these features translated into Miramar Remastered. I don't know at this point, but I would hope that's the case. case, but Miramar Refresh is going to be coming. Hopefully it brings a lot of cool new things to the table that we really enjoy, and is live right now on the PC server and will be coming to live servers on the 23rd. For console, this patch is going to be out October 29th, so not too far away now, and these are really close together at this point, so it's good to see. But let me know what you guys think about this patch down below in the comment section. Are you happy with this? Do you like Miramar Refresh? Would you prefer Remaster? And what do you think about all of the new additions that are coming to the game? The Winchester with the scope and the vending machine, all that good stuff. It was a really cool patch. I can't wait to get my hands on it, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Drop a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you are brand new, and make sure you go follow me on Twitch. Link will be down below. But have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all on the next stream or the next video. Have a good one, guys, and peace out.